Today I'll show you 10 very surprising fidget knives that just have amazing action, and almost half of them are brand new to the channel, so you know what that means. Yeah, you're gonna see them first. Do you ever do that where you're like, you're going through your collection, you pull out a knife, you start opening it, closing it a bunch of times, and you quickly remember how good that action is, and you're like, dang, why don't I carry this more? Most of the knives on this list are here for that very reason. Hey, how you doing? If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. Go ahead and consider clicking on that subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. I'm sure you know how this works already by now, but I'll remind you that every knife that I'm going to show you today, there will be links down below just in case you want to pick it up for yourself. Let's go ahead and get things started with number 10 from Harns. I got the Wind. Wind? Wind? You decide. This is a great little gents folder with, it does have pretty decent budget steel in the 14C 28N, so this Sandvik. This is one of those knives where no matter how hard I try, I cannot fail the deployment. But, oh, did you see that? It does take a couple of shakes, but it's a smaller knife with a lighter blade. And don't you just love sometimes like just carrying a knife where that blade completely disappears into the handle when it's closed? They're great to carry. Number 9 comes to us from Kubi. This is the KB256. That's a big boy. All right, I want to start out with talking about the action on this one because out of the box, watch this. Yeah, it's nuts. And that's, using the flipper tab, either the flipper tab or there's also, it does have a little bit of a fuller on both sides. So let's check the Spidey flickability. Oh, yes, you can. Now, this is a larger blade at about 3.54 inches. But get this, the thickness, that's only 3 millimeters. So, yeah, this slices really well. Number 8, how's about a QSP? The Penguin. At first, I gotta admit, after opening it and closing it a few times, I thought that the blade was riding on a ball bearing pivot. So we not only get really good action, but they also went ahead and slapped on some micarta scales and a 2-position deep carry clip. Oh yeah, there's lefty love. Number 7 from Kaiser's budget brand. This is the Tangram Santa Fe. Now, I don't know this for sure, but doesn't it kind of seem like that Kaiser has kind of abandoned that whole their whole Tangram little project? I mean, unless there's some new ones that kind of flew under my radar. If there are, let me know in the comments. But it's too bad because the Santa Fe, man, this thing was it was a huge surprise for me. I did not expect to like this knife. Honestly, I mean, this blade, it's riding on bronze washers, and opening it, flicking it open with the thumb studs, it's strangely satisfying. You really have to kind of get one of these in hand to understand it. And for about $26, why not? All right, coming in at number 6 from CJRB, this is the Melea. Now, I fully knew that this had ceramic ball bearing pivot, but I didn't think that this little 2.39 inch blade, that it would actually be capable of dropping shut. It makes sense, obviously for a larger blade to go ahead and drop shut because it has the benefit of weight behind it. But when a small knife can do it, oh, that's just impressive. If you're liking this video so far, hey, just go ahead and click on that thumbs up. How about at number 5? I've got a new one from Kaiser. 2 front flippers in a row, I know. This is the Latvend Mini. If you would have told me this was the Laconico design, hey, I would have believed you 100%. I mean, because, well, look at it. Let me go ahead and put it up next to that mass drop keen. And you can see, I mean, it has the very same type of blade and this same straightforward, kind of simple, no BS design. And don't you just love how sometimes like Kaiser will make two different versions of the same knife? I like to get the cheaper one first, which this is. And then if I like it enough, then I'll go ahead and go after the expensive frame lock in S35VN. Did you see that action? Holy cow. That's really nice. But this does have this has the liner lock and the two flipper tabs, as you saw, the front and the back. Now, if you're like me and you suck at doing these front flippers, I'm not even going to attempt it, and you plan on just solely relying on the back flipper, you really need to know that it's pretty small and it's kind of pointy. Number 4, from Steel Will, this is one of my favorites, the Chatbot. There's no liners on this liner lock. I know that sounds weird to say, but there's just like there's a partial liner on the one side, to make up the lock bar. And with only the one body screw, this thing is nothing to disassemble. Super easy to take apart. And the action, I got to show you that. Both directions is just excellent. And I can't fail the deployment here either. And you saw, drop shut with a few quick shakes. Number 3, can it be yet another Kubi? This is the Vagrant KU-291. And around $60 for this. I didn't expect it to have ceramic ball bearing pivot and a full titanium pocket clip. Now I realize, okay, AUS 10 is not all that exciting, but if it's done right, it can be a decent budget steel. I can confidently say, okay, as of right now, this Vagrant is my favorite Kubi knife. Number 2, from CKRD. CKRD? Number 2, from CKRT. It's the new Pilar 3. I totally expected the action of this to be, kind of similar to the original Pilar. Man, was I wrong. I mean, it's better than some knives I have costing twice as much. So saying that the action on this is great, that would be like the understatement of the year. Before I go ahead and show you my number 1, I would love to know, what are some of your favorite surprising fidget knives? Like ones that just have excellent action that you weren't expecting. Go ahead and list as many as you possibly can down in the comments. Can I do just one honorable mention from CKRT? This is the Ruger Hollow Point. Now I put this here because unfortunately it's discontinued, but you can still actually buy these directly from Ruger. Yes, the link will be down in the description. But if you didn't know, it's a Ken Onion designed bolster lock, and it's just HCR 13 MOV hollow ground trailing point. This is the medium size with a 3.17 inch blade. There's a smaller one at 2.75 inches and a larger at 3.6. Now, bolster locks, they're great for us lefties because, we don't have to worry about like finger placement when we're opening the blade. You saw it has the multiple deployment options using either the flipper tab or the thumb studs. But the action, I'm going to say, at least on mine, the action with the thumb studs is way better. Now, I know since I have the Pilar at number 2, what the heck could possibly be, what could be number 1? It's a newish Best Tech. That's the Komodo. Apparently now this came out this past November, and it flew right under my radar because I just found it recently at White Mountain Knives. I mean, I saw that blade shape, and well, it has multiple deployment options with a thumb hole that you can see you can actually use it. Oh yeah, I'm pointing my finger at you, Best X Circuit. And the $52 price tag, so I knew right away I had to have this thing because out of box action, look at that. That's excellent. And I already showed you, you can Spidey flick this thing all day long. I think that this knife, I really do think it has a lot of potential. To me, it's screaming to be modded. So I might have to dust off the old Dremel because this blade is too gorgeous to just be a part of some knife that no one notices. Up on the screen now is going to be a video I really think you need to see next. And hey, don't forget to click on subscribe. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you at the next video.